Hey, all you cool cats and cool kittens. Let's do this problem recoil in the cannon. Okay, so with this problem, it's recoil. It might even say recoil already, but I'm going to say, hey, it's recoil. So we pick our equation, M1, V1. I'm sorry, no, I said it wrong. M1 plus M2 times V is equal to M1, V1 plus M2, V2. Because they're stuck together before, and they'll be separate afterwards. Now, a cannon and a cannonball stuck together before probably are not going to be moving very fast. So this is one where you have to be careful and realize the velocity more than likely with recoil is 0. It's not always the case, but think about what's going on. And a lot of times with a really fast projectile, the velocity is going to be 0 on the left-hand side, which means the entire left side is going to be 0. All right. So we have the cannon. We need to look for the velocity. So the mass 2050 times our V1, which we're looking for, plus 17.3, the mass of the cannonball times 148. That's where the velocity should go. The cannon's not going to go 148 afterwards. The cannonball. If you had a cannon that was firing off at 148 meters per second afterwards, that'd be a big problem. Okay? So keep track of that and be careful. But usually that really high velocity better be going with what's being shot out. All right, so I'm doing my algebra, bringing it over. So I have my 2050. Now, notice that the velocities, it should be negative to one another, right? Because if the velocity or the total momentum before is 0, then the two objects are going opposite directions. One velocity is going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Okay? So we got our 17 times 148, we get 250 or 2,560. I divide both sides by the 2050. All right, I'm doing my algebra here. V1 is going to be equal to a negative velocity. And again, because we said 148 was positive, V1 should be negative. Okay, so I will get a negative velocity. But, so let me get the number first. So I get the cannon going back at 1.2, basically 1.25 meters per second. But it says speed here, okay? And I'll tell you when questions are positive or negative, but because it says speed, they want the absolute value, okay? And that's because you might have picked the other direction to be negative. And so just to play careful, you make sure you get the numbers and keep the signs the right way beforehand, but when you're all done, you can take the absolute value and you'll be good.